In the name of Allah, good evening and welcome to this hour's news. I'm Suleiman Talash and this is RTA News. The meeting of the Political Commission of the Islamic Emirate was held at Sapedar Palace, led by Mawlawi Abdul Kabir, political deputy of the Prime Minister, and with the participation of cabinet members. The deputy spokesman of the Islamic Emirate said that the meeting emphasized that Afghanistan is ready to protect its borders and ports and not allow anyone to harm others from Afghanistan's territory. Hamdullah Fitrat adds that the participants of the meeting also expressed concern about the escalation of the crisis in the Middle East. Let's see more in this report.
The meeting of the Political Commission of the Islamic Emirate was held late yesterday, under the leadership of the political deputy of the Prime Minister at the Sapedar Palace. The deputy spokesman of the Islamic Emirate said that the meeting was attended by the Chief of Staff of the Ministry of Defense, the Senior Deputy Minister of Security of the Ministry of Interior Affairs, and some cabinet members.
In the meeting of the Political Commission, it was emphasized that Afghanistan is ready to ensure the security of its borders and ports and will not allow anyone to harm other countries from Afghanistan.
A number of political and military experts consider holding meetings of the Islamic Emirate's Political Commission to be important for political and other fields.
In
the last 3 years, the government of Afghanistan has assured its neighbors that they will not be attacked through Afghanistan. Can Afghanistan's neighboring countries send a message to Afghanistan with such an explanation that terrorist groups are not managing proxy groups against the Kabul government? It's very important for the Afghan government to take practical steps to build trust and to create an atmosphere of trust.
This is while, in the last meeting of the Political Commission of the Islamic Emirate, they also discussed political, security development, addressing the challenges of Afghan living abroad, and providing necessary preparations for Afghan refugees.
Mullah Hidayatullah Badri, Minister of Mines and Petroleum, met with Abdul Rahman Atash, the head of the National Development Company. During the meeting, the two sides discussed the management of and drilling of the Balkhab coal mine, creating job opportunities and other related issues. Mawlawi Habibullah, the Minister of Education, has visited Ghor province to review the educational situation in the country. The Ministry of Education says that during this visit, Mawlawi Habibullah, while visiting the school of Manbeul Ulum in Chaharsada district, in a meeting with a number of local officials of the province, emphasized on providing balanced educational services throughout the country, adding that the country's bright future depends on empowering the younger generation through quality education. Mawlawi Mahbub Shah Qanet, the Deputy Governor of Khost Province, visited the security officials of Gurbuz, Tani, Speri, Alisher and Zazemedan districts of the province. During his visit to Kandahar province, he discussed the problems of those border districts with Amir al-Mu'minin Hafazahullah, the leader of the Islamic Emirate. The press office of Khost Governor said the Deputy Governor of Khost Province shared the instructions of the leader of the Islamic Emirate with the officials and emphasized the implementation of these instructions. According to the Ministry of Transport and Aviation, the number of transit flights from Afghanistan's airspace has increased significantly, and more than 350 flights pass through Afghanistan's airspace every 24 hours. Officials of this ministry report an increase in transit flights from Afghanistan after the insecurity in the region has increased on the part of Israel, and many countries have changed their air routes for safety. More in the report.
Due to the increase in conflicts in the Middle East, the use of the airspace of the country's airspace has decreased due to the fear of Israel's retaliatory attack on Iran. The spokesman of the Ministry of Transport and Aviation, Imamuddin Ahmadi, in a special program with national television, said that Afghanistan's airspace has become normal and civil, and transit flights have increased to 2 and 3 times compared to the past.
Now approximately 315 flights are passing from Afghanistan in 24 hours. With the arrival of the Islamic Emirate, these flights were stopped, but then they were started slowly and the Afghan airspace was declared safe. These flights started and reached 100. It has been several months since this flight reached 216 and 215 every 24 hours.
While from time to time Iran cancels flights due to the fear of Israel's attack, most of the countries have changed the flights over the country's airspace due to the fear and danger. And most of them go over the airspace of Afghanistan. The Ministry of Transport and Aviation adds that not only because of the conflict in the region, the flights in Afghanistan's airspace have increased, but Afghanistan's airspace is safe and secure from others.
This is on the interest of Afghanistan, and it also shows that Afghanistan's airspace is safe and ready for any kinds of civil flights.
Even though there were no flights from the Afghan airspace after the Islamic Emirate took power, but later, through the efforts of the Ministry of Transport and Aviation, the airspace of Afghanistan was declared normal and civil, and now hundreds of transit and domestic flights are passing through it in 24 hours.
A delegation led by Mawlawi Abdul Kabir, the Deputy Minister of Industry and Commerce, including the representatives of the World Bank, a number of organizations related, the United Nations, the Chinese ambassador, the General Director of Afghanistan Electricity Company, and some other officials have visited the Barikab Industrial Park of Parwan Province. The delegation discussed the provision of electricity to this industrial park, the construction of canalization, the activation of the second and third phase, and how to invest in the mentioned park. The Ministry of Finance says that it has recovered more than 34,000 acres of seized land in a number of provinces. The spokesman of the ministry said that the land was located in Gur, Medan Wardak, Takhar, Logar, Nuristan, Badghis, and Panjshir provinces, which has been taken back by the relevant authorities. UNICEF donated advanced medical equipment to hospitals in Nangarhar and Laghman worth $98,000. According to local officials, it includes advanced mobile television examination equipment, delivery table, birth kits, and other medical equipment. And the National Disaster Preparedness Agency provided food and non-food aid to 150 families in Kunar and 80 families in Nangarhar provinces, which were affected by the recent rains and floods. The aid includes flour, rice, blanket, some kitchen equipment, rugs, health package, and other necessary things. That's all for tonight. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great night.